Sports at venerable Soldier Field here in Chicago. It's 49er football as we get back into the action in the first quarter. Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. Pulled in at the 24. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down. Bryant, they'll roll him out right. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. They'll run on 1st down. Dunbar, they'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8 on the run. Dunbar. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there. His 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season, as the Bears push further out in front.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now, you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And a short kick taken at about the 16. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
35-yard line.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
At the 39.
Throwing over the middle, and it's tight end. And now it's 3rd down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available. He's got his man. It's Kendrick Bourne. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A gain of 10 and a 49er 1st down.
1st down.
Garoppolo going to give to Mostert. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
On 2nd and 12, Garoppolo. Open man is Samuel, complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Well, they'll get the yardage, but they hate to see him take that hit.
You're always trying to cool off a big-time guy throwing the ball, but you have to know when to back off, pull up, and not hit him. There's the penalty.
And now the throw here is incomplete, and with that, we come to the end of the 1st quarter of play. The 49ers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. On the quick handoff, it's Juszczyk. He takes it to the 15. A nice display of power. That gives him a nice pickup. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Open man is Ayuk, complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Raheem Mostert, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the 49ers get a score closer. That is good, and that'll make it 20-7. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Raheem Mostert. Here is Wishnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. From the 6. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
Onto the field now come the Bears. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs.
And this will be caught at the 30. And he almost made it, but just short. Finally out of bounds, right down around the goal line. It's a big-time play there for the Bears. 65 yards. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. Off the play fake. Bryant got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Cole Kmet, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bears will add on to their lead.
In this spot, you just want to freeze the linebackers just for a second. Then you got a chance to get a quick pass into your tight end right behind them for a touchdown.
49ers 7. Eddie Pinheiro to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Here comes Jimmy Garoppolo now to lead his offense back out there. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to bounce that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Roquan Smith in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? They're trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. Now that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this be who you are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal. On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. They follow up the 1st down 1-yard run with a minimal gain. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A great effort there. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Bears will extend their lead.
A Okay, we need to double check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats. But what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice, healthy lead.
Well, after the first drive, we thought things might be clicking. They're really clicking at this point. They're clicking about as much as they can click.
And
I just said click a lot.
Yes, you did, but that's okay because the guy who's coordinating the defense, trying to slow them down,
good luck.
He's going to have hair that looks like mine very soon. Not much of it.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And from the shotgun, he'll throw. Open man is born. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
At the 32-yard line.
Now Garoppolo. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Jimmy Garoppolo sacked. A 10-yard loss on the play. It's 3rd down.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Taken in at the 22. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Bears take over. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
You know, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? When everything is working for them, every move they make works, it clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. And this one too low. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. Bryant rolling to his left. And Robinson with a big catch. And he will have the Bears 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On 1st down, Bolton. I'll credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. He's going to launch this thing way down. And this is caught inside the 5. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Cordero Patterson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And this offense is running away with this one.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Raheem Mostert and the Niner offense getting the football back. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as the clock will stop. 4 seconds to go before halftime. There's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. And it's third down. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
Garoppolo's pass.
Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation,
This is caught inside the 15. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Eddie Pinheiro lining up for the extra.
Even though he was forced from the pocket, still able to adjust, make the long throw, and it ends with a really big touchdown.
Yeah, moving to his left. The key to everything when they're moving outside of the pocket, doesn't matter which side, making sure those shoulders get around and you get back square so you can get everything on the throw and create the big play we just saw there downfield.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit, where it was the Lions.
All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime.
Eddie Pinheiro to kick off for Chicago.
The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The 49er offense, they're coming back out onto the field, and we're going to give you a look at the playoff picture now into the weekend in the NFC. And it's right about this time of the year that you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
It certainly is, because we all know everyone is aiming for that #1 seed. But failing that, because only 2 teams in the NFL get a bye, 1 from each conference, that question becomes who's hot? Who's peaking at the right time as you start the playoffs?
Now the second down throw on target. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
It's a gain of 11, and it's third down.
Garoppolo looking to throw on 3rd and 2. On the slant, able to find Ayuk. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 14 yards through the air. Caught the D off guard on 3rd and 1. First man through, it's the fullback use check. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter.
At the 41-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Garoppolo. That's going to be caught by Samuel.
Garoppolo's
11 yards on the pickup, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
gain of 11.
If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Here we go. 58.
On first down, they go with Mostert again. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
And his throw here's incomplete. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down. But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try.
Well, they intercept Garoppolo for the 3rd time. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw. Bryant. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the others. That's caught inside the 20. And they will finally catch him, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Cole Kmet, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. This will be caught just inside the 10. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Cole Kmet with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And this offense continues to pour it on. No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
This will make it into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Jimmy Garoppolo and his offense heading back on the field. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
Yeah, turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. Mostert hit and he drops the ball.
Raheem Mostert.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home, the next guy comes through.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And now off to the races down the right side. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
The kickoff for Chicago.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they gave up the pick 6. And now they'll be looking to right the more cautious this go around.
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. Looking for Ayuk, and he's got him. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Draw play, Garoppolo against a Mostert. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They've got 2nd and 12 from the 36.
The 36-yard line.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. And that is incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
And he's going to get this from the 6 out to the 12. A pickup of 6 as they double their workspace. They'll run again here with Dunbar. And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line. Now we're going to get a stoppage. There appears to be an injured Bear on the field. The Bears on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. And he will get the first down as he's up to the 20-yard line. And just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. They'll run on 1st down. Dunbar. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. To throw on 3rd down. Bryant. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Chicago. Cordero Patterson. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Bears add on. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the 4th quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like 4th quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Extra point right down the middle, and that will extend this big lead.
Eddie Pinheiro, the kickoff for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Kendrick Bourne, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks.
at their own 20-yard line.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
A first down there on a pickup of 25.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Bryant. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground. Moulton, and he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Down at the 20-yard line.
Here we go on 4th down. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. It's a 4-yard pickup, and on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. I love those plays. 4th and 1, that's who wants it more, this time the offense.
Yeah, there's a lot of hooting and hollering in there, right? A lot of contact and a lot of collisions as they try and find some space. Who's going to drop their hips, gain leverage, and move the other side backwards? We saw it there for the offense getting it done.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
3rd and 4.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
2-yard gain. It's 4th down.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
today, from Soldier Field in Chicago, it's Week 16 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Chicago Bears taking on the Washington football team.
Now, the good news is that the winds aren't as violent as they were yesterday in Chicago, but it's still pretty darn cold. To be expected, I guess, for December football at Soldier Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up
between the Washington football team
and the Chicago Bears.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who'll be calling the plays under center.
Brandon, there's 2 weeks to go in the regular season, so you know the pressure is ramped up in so many ways. People have to win games, try and get their bonuses, the whole deal. But how about trying to close out an MVP award?
Just 2 weeks to go. There has to be a lot of pressure, though. We talked about that in previous weeks, sitting on his shoulder.
Yeah, he can talk all he wants about, I don't listen to that, and there's no pressure. All we're doing is trying to win games. He knows, we all know, he's been the one who's been leading the pack. Let's see if he can close it out.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On first down, Dunbar, and he'll get this only up to about the 35.
21, the ball carrier.
The numbers in last week's game for Dunbar. Very productive. 3 touchdowns, 2 of them on the ground, 1 through the air.
And it will always be a compliment to see that a guy's got a nose for the end zone, and he sure had it last week.
He's got the first down and more past midfield.
And he's going to get this all the way down to Washington's 24-yard line.
32-yard line. That one good for 33 and a first. There goes a deep ball. End zone. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Cordero Patterson. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bears have taken the early lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Eddie Pinheiro will kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And, oh, that's one he's going to want back. A poor kick. It heads straight out of bounds.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Haskins and the Washington offense going to come up here 1st and 10
at the 40. They will run it. It's McKesson. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45.
The Washington
Jalen Johnson up to make the tackle.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness.
Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
Roquan Smith.
He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. 3rd down. Here's Haskins. That'll be caught. It's Steven Sims. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield.
An 8-yard pickup.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. This seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on third down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up?
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Bears. Does the big boy have the juice? Past the 20. And they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown. A big boy earning his lunch. That's what you call rumbling with the ball, Charles.
Big man with football. He wasn't just earning lunch, Brandon. He was earning dinner. He was
midnight snack.
Everything that you could possibly do, he did it on that play to pick up the ball and go.
And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game.
Eddie Pinheiro to kick off for Chicago.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
5-yard line.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. Looking for a bounce back. Had the fumble a moment ago that went for a touchdown the other direction. See if he can get back in rhythm.
And you have to be very careful about having too quick of a hook with really good players. I did a guy's game in high school where he fumbled 3 times in the first quarter. Finished with over 300 yards on the night. Later ended up in the NFL. If you've got a talented back, give it back to him.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. A carry now for McKissick. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for. One of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
Complete.
4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive.
On the play. First down, Washington.
Out of the shotgun, Haskins. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11.
Washington.
On first down, this is Geis. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. 2nd and 12 now at the 44-yard line.
2nd and 12 at the 44-yard line.
Here's Haskins out of the gun. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack to Sean Gibson. Give him the sack on the safety blitz.
A 10-yard loss on the play. And it's 3rd down.
13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Washington, nothing.
Now Haskins, 3rd and long. And he'll find his tight end, Seals Jones. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
They go play action here on first down. Out to his left. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And they do finally get him at the 12. A huge play there for Chicago. 53 yards. They'll run on first down. Dunbar. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. They'll run it now. Here's Dunbar. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Landon Collins made the tackle. Brings up 3rd down.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Line of scrimmage, the 2. They can still get a 1st down if they just get a yard out of this on 4th and very short. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the 1st down as he's tackled at the 1. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there. With his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the 2nd most in a single year. As the Bears push further out in front. The extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20.
Eddie Pinheiro, the kickoff for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Now we get another look at Washington on offense. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
This is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change, a quarterback, running back, tight end, doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll run with Geis. And And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's Tressway now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his...
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing again. Bryant. He'll get this complete into the hands of Riley Ridley. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. A big play there on the catch and run. 63 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Riley Ridley, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bears will add on to their lead. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen. And it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
Eddie Pinheiro to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Returning it, John Ross. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 34-yard line.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively. Getting ready to go into the half, give them a chance to take a deep breath, exhale a little bit, and start over. I don't know if this is the time to push it myself.
Yeah, right now under 100. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing on 2nd and long. Haskins, a throw taken in by Sims. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds.
5 yards on the play.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
3rd down, here's Geis. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw again. Bryant buying time to his left. Gonna let one foot. He's got a man. Complete. 20. Touchdown, Chicago. Allen Robinson. As the first half is winding down. And the Bears continue to pour it on.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow, because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
To kick off for Chicago.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Automatic first down.
A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. That's complete to his tight end, Seals Jones. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. From the gun, it's Haskins. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Intended for Steven Sims. Incomplete. It's 3rd down and less than a yard.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. Operating from the gun. Haskins. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Roquan Smith. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
They just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much.
And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half.
Eddie Pinheiro to kick off for
Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. Well, certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line. So that one will be accepted. This is Geis. And very little daylight
right there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
The Washington ball
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
They stay on the ground. Geis again. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
The running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
And it's third down.
From midfield now, Haskins. Open man is Sims. He's got it. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
A gain of 13
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now a run with Geis. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
And it's third down.
From the gun, Haskins. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. He's got daylight. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Now, these have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. And this is going to be covered up by Washington.
The onside kick recovered by Washington.
Here again comes Dwayne Haskins and company. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
2nd and 9. At the Bears 44.
Haskins hit, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. Look at the big man rumble. The 30, 10, and they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown.
Touchdown, Bears.
And that's a linebacker showing he can move pretty good with a football in his hand.
That's not just a short shuttle now. He took it and went. Did you get the 40 time on that?
I didn't, but he got 6 points out of it. I know that in a great play for that defensive unit.
Eddie Pinheiro to kick off for Chicago.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them, the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Ricky Seals-Jones. It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd and 1. It's Haskins. Open man is Cantrell. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
To throw from his end zone, Bryant. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. Good. A really good pickup of 28 yards. On 1st down, Dunbar. And he's got some space here. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. With touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. As his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And this part of the game's been an adventure thus far, but this one is good. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was.
Eddie Pinheiro to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Fielded just outside the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
23-yard line.
The Washington offense set to take over again. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Haskins and the Washington offense going to come up here 1st and 10 at their own 23. They start on the ground with Geis. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one. It might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter.
2nd and 10.
Bears 53. Washington nothing.
Operating from the gun, Haskins. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Adrian Claiborne in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling him almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bears offense making their way out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the NFC. As we count down through the final few weeks of the season, these guys have nothing to sweat about. They clinch the top spot, so the road to the Super Bowl, it runs through them.
And there's a natural inclination here, partner, to say, okay, a lot of guys aren't going to play down the stretch. We've clinched. We're ready to go. But there's another part where you say, let's show the league why we're the #1 team. Maybe you intimidate someone. Maybe you dissuade them from thinking that they can beat you in the playoffs by going out and being really impressive down the stretch.
Absolutely, and you want to take momentum into the playoffs. There's also pride on the line for these guys individually.
Yeah, momentum and pride. Yeah, I'd make room for them and put them both in uniform.
He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Looking to throw. Bryant and Robinson with a big catch. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And now for him on the season, that is his 80th catch, and the result is a first down. And he's got room. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. They'll run it now with Dunbar. Tackle made by Chase Young. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4.
Back to throw. Bryant. This is caught. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Eddie Pinheiro, the kickoff for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory. But it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Throwing again. Haskins. Open man here. Sims complete. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic, and people want to put a little contact on it. Really well done.
3rd and 2, now Haskins. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play. Going old reliable there to the slot on 3rd down.
And the slot position has become the bane of just about every defense's existence because how do you cover? Do you go with a bigger guy to try and use size? Got to try and go with a quicker guy and sometimes even get out quick there. Very difficult to match up with that slot receiver. That's why they keep going back to him.
And he's had the hot hand. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 yards there, good for a Washington first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves. But they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Now this one complete on the slant route. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Complete.
Now they got to get to the line quickly. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Haskins pass.
After the incompletion, here now 3rd and 2. Haskins going to throw again. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. Getting a hand in there and knocking it away. Jackson. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Back out onto the field comes Allen Robinson. And now he's inching closer to a 200-yard game. He's been so solid.
And he's really denting the pride of the guys playing defense, too, because there's certain barriers that you just don't want to give up. Never give him a 100-yard rusher, a 100-yard receiver. He's closing in on 200 yards. Wow, that's a really big game.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle.
He was taken down by Reuben Foster.
On second down, Moulton. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Chicago, they're now a win away from a perfect regular season as they move to 15-0. And they'll get another home date next week as the Packers will come to town. Meanwhile, for Washington, it's another loss as they now fall to 4-11.